Hey everybody, welcome back. We're on the mid-tempo set. I was efficient enough in the slow jam that I was able to update the live stream and stand and reach my arms above my head for a moment and then sit right back down, rip the cape off and kick off Blue Ridge Mountain Blues, which is what we're going to do together here in a moment. Once I can check my tune-in and check the live streams. Coming at you live here, June 15th, 2026. From the Northwest Longmont Center for the Flat Picking Arts and Songwriting Sciences. Got Old Red here. Old Red's been growling. He's been really loving life lately because he's been out of the case. He's been traveling with me. I tend to pick up one guitar and hang on to it for several weeks, and then I'll switch to a different guitar and hang on to that one. So Red's getting all the attention right now. And let's see, I'm gonna have a look at, there we go. We're live on YouTube. I'm hoping we're live on Facebook. I mentioned this in the last set. I'm not looking at the Facebook anymore. It's just, it's something's weird about it on my end. I can't see your comments anyway. And I'm just going to focus on the YouTube channel, okay? All right, but we are streaming to Facebook, so hello if you're on a Facebook, if you prefer that platform. I've been just, like I said, preferring the YouTube. Okay, and we're going to get right into this with the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues. Let me find a tempo. Did this on the fast tempo set a couple weeks ago. Figured we're, go give the mid-tempo pickers a try here. So, Blue Ridge Mountain Blues, old song. 1924, I think, was the first recording, and everyone has done this song, including Bill Monroe, which is kind of the version that I'm leaning on. In the key of G, it goes 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. Chorus. Got them Blue Ridge Mountain Blues. And a 5 and 5 and 1. And a 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and a 5 and 5 and a 1. Might kick off my go. Sorry. I was hearing the verse. We're gonna play over the choruses on this one. Okay? Because the verse is just, I don't know, the chorus is more interesting. So da, 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 da. If I'm gonna kick it off in the chorus, I'll go 1, 2, 3. Stuck on the verse, sorry. One more time. I might kick it off on a chorus form this way. 1, 2, 3. I got the blue. That's it. Got the Blue Ridge Mountain Blues. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, there you go. Now it's in your head, and it's in my head too. And you're going to kick us off on Blue Ridge Mountain Blues. I'm going to try to sing the choruses in order because they're all different. Kind of based, again, on that Bill Monroe version. Okay, here you go. Kick us off. Key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. swinging in my prime. I left my home in Caroline. Now all I do is sit and pine for all the folks I left behind. I've got them Blue Ridge Mountain blues, and I'll stand right here and say my grip is packed to travel, and I'm scratching gravel for that Blue Ridge far away. I'm gonna stay right by my pond, and I'm gonna do right by my mom. I'll hang around that cabin door, no work or worry anymore. I've got them Blue Ridge Mountain blues. Gonna see my old dog Trey. Gonna plant the blossom where the corn tops blossom on that Blue Ridge far away. Hunt that possum now. I see a window with a light. I see two heads of snowy white. It seems I hear them both recite, where is my darling boy tonight? I've got those Blue Ridge Mountain blues, and I'll stand right here and say every day till I climb that mountain on that Blue Ridge far away. Cool. Hunt the possum where the corn tops blossom. Little tongue twister there. And on the original, I did listen to the original recording, and I can't remember the artist, but they say, instead of old dog Trey, I always thought that was a goofy line. In the original, it says, I'll hear the hound dogs bay, or something like that. So somebody changed it along the way, who had a hunting dog named Trey. And so I do that just because probably what most of you are expecting. Okay, so moving on, we got Cotton Eye Joe. We're gonna stay right here at this tempo. And let's see. Okay, so my version of Cotton Eye Joe is based on the version I learned from Doc Watson, which I believe is sort of a hybrid of the old-time version, bluegrass version, and sort of the Bob Wills Western swing version. Anyway, it goes like this, in the key of G. Back to 4, 5 and 1, 4, 1 and a 1, 1 and 4, 1 and a 1, 5 and a 1. Where did you come from? Where did you go? 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. That's the whole thing. So I'll sing it once just so you kind of hear what I'm talking about. Let's see. Hey there, grandmammy, did you know? Chicken in the bread pan scratching out dough. Chicken in the bread pan scratching out dough. Do you remember, don't you know? Daddy knew a man called Cotton Eye Joe. Daddy knew a man called Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Okay. So I'm going to kick it off, and we'll go 3 times through. Me, you, me, you, me, you. Yep, just like that. Actually, let's do it 4 times because it's kind of short. Honestly, the B part is sort of half as long as a standard instrumental. So so let's go 4 times. Me, you, me, you, me, you, me, you, and then you'll tag it at the end. Here we go. Cotton-Eyed Joe in the key of G. Okay, hope you got that. Hope you dig that version of it. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I learned that, or I first heard that in the soundtrack of Places in the Heart. Great film, Sally Field, John Malkovich, and Morgan Freeman or Danny Glover. Danny Glover. And just a great film. And that song is kind of the theme song. It shows up all the time. And I was a little kid and I was watching this movie. I'm like, what? That's the weirdest name, Cotton-Eyed Joe. I just imagined this person with like cotton for eyes, and just a funny image when you're a kid. So I've added that to my art, to my Flat Picking Academy on Artist Works. That very version. We do a very basic beginner's version and then flesh it out later in the course. And so I look out my window. I have some neighbors who have those like really hot rodded cars. You're going to hear this in a second. They're actually pretty good about not revving them till they get down the road. But then the other neighbors, they sit out. I don't know if they do this every night, but at least every time that I'm doing this, I see. I think they moved in recently, and they sit out on their driveway, and I just wonder what they're thinking of me with these lights on in my bay window, especially when it gets dark. They wonder what I am doing in here. Maybe I'll go over and play a couple songs for them sometime. All right, where are we at? 40 Years of Trouble. Hey, Danny Paisley and the Southern Grass. Those bluegrassers, they love the Paisleys, right? Bob Paisley and his son Danny, who's still out there playing with the Southern Grass. Figured we'd give this one a try. I don't know if I've ever done this. 40 Years of Trouble. Double check my tune in here. Okay, this is just a 1-4-1-5 throughout. Very simple form. So let's see. I'm gonna turn up the tempo just a bit. All right, so 1-4-1-5 the whole way through. Da-da, 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a 4. 1, 5, 1. That would be a fine kickoff. All right, here you go. 40 Years of Trouble. And I'm going to sing the lead throughout. Now, you Danny Paisley fans will know he jumps up to the tenor on the choruses like Bill Monroe would do. I'm going to stick to the lead so you can sing tenor, all right? Baritone or whatever part you would like. 40 Years of Trouble. Kick us off in the key of G. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Served my time, it's been so long. I took a life I know was wrong. I served my time, Lord, Lord, served my time. Shackled to a ball and chain. I worked in the snow, I worked in the rain. I laid the tracks, never rode the train. 40 years of suffering, 40 years of pain. I got it. I had a wife, she was my queen. I had a son I've never seen. All I have left now, it seems, is a broken heart, Lord, Lord, and a broken dreams. Shackled to a ball and chain. I worked in the snow, I worked in the rain. I laid the tracks, never rode the train. 40 years of suffering, 40 years of pain. Go. Now I'm old and done my time. Ain't nothing left but to sit and pine. Nobody here even knows my name. I have no one myself to blame. Shackled to ball and chain, I worked in the snow, I worked in the rain. I laid the tracks, never rode the train. 40 years of suffering, 40 years of pain. Me then you. That's fun. Very cool. All right, Sleep with One Eye Open. We'll play this one and then I'll double check on everybody. So make sure you leave a comment. I'm going to back this down a little bit. Leave a comment. Let us know where you are, what you're playing, anything else you'd like to share with the group. Sleep with one eye open from now on. That's about right. Okay, key of D. Good old song from Lester and Earl. Let's see. And a one, and a one, and a one, one and a one, and a five, and a one, and a one, one and a one, one and five, and a one, four of the chorus, four, and a one, and a one, and one, and a five. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm going to sleep with one eye open from now on. Okay, so when I was demonstrating the verse there, I was not leaving any gaps because that's how you're going to pick it. But when we're singing it, we leave those gaps in there. So you'll just follow me on the verses and also on the choruses. But here's how you're going to kick it. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Not the greatest kickoff of all time, but something like that. Key of D, here you go. And then when we get to the breaks, we'll trade verses and choruses, okay? Kick us off on Gonna Sleep with One Eye Open in the key of D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I just found out today that little game you play. I've been asleep in my whole life away. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. From now on, all night long. You won't have a chance to treat your daddy wrong. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. Here I go. There's a honky-tonk down the road, just a mile or so. And I understand that's where you spend your time. Well, I've got news for you, your little game is through. From now on, baby, you're gonna toe the line. From now on, all night long, you won't have a chance to treat your daddy wrong. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. Go. You thought you was being wise, hanging around with other guys, and leaving me to spend my time alone. But you'll find out today that it don't work that way. Honey, you've started a little game that you can play. From now on, all night long, you won't have a chance to treat your daddy wrong. You've been stepping, so they say, between midnight and day. So I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. I'm gonna sleep with one eye open from now on. Woo! Okay. That's a fun song. All right. How we doing out there in the YouTube land? Justin Hollis coming from Gary Drive, Bird Paradise. Yes, my northern neighbor. Playing the 21 D18. Playing your 21 D18? Wife Jo is also strumming the songs that she wants to. Very cool. And Bob Thomas is back in Northern Virginia picking on the Eastman guitar. Diane is up in Montana playing the mandolin. That's Diane at Bluegrass Lemonade. And Tommy picking along on the banjo in beautiful Querétaro countryside in World Cup crazy Mexico. All right, Tommy, thanks for being here. I watched the highlights of, I like watching football, world football. I watched the highlights of the U.S.-Paraguay game. That was something. It was cool. I haven't had time to watch any of the real matches for real, but yeah, World Cup, it's happening. Thanks for being here, Tommy. You've traveled the farthest so far. And there's Lori in West Virginia, Lori Tobacco. One more day of schoolwork, and then you are prepping for Augusta Heritage Center, Augusta Arts and Culture. There, all the different themed weeks in Elkins, West Virginia, downtown Elkins. That's right, I'm going to be there, and we are going to be representing Randolph County and doing the thing we do, and that's going to be in August, Augusta Bluegrass Week. If you haven't not been to Augusta Bluegrass Week, you got to go at some point in your life. It's just steeped in heritage and culture. I think this would be the 50-something year, 53rd year maybe. It's been happening a long time. It was one of the first programs of its kind, and it used to be quite, I mean, it still is popular, but like it was really popular because it was the only camp, and now there's camps everywhere. But don't forget about the Augusta Heritage Center and all their themed weeks: Irish Week, Classic Country Week, Cajun Week, Old Time Week, Bluegrass Week, Vocal Week, etc. I'll be there for Bluegrass Week, of course. And let's see, Beth Andrews got lost on Cotton Eye Joe. Kept thinking about the dance, feet were moving faster than your hands. That's cool. You know, there's different versions of these songs, and, you know, I've played with, like, real ringer bluegrass people who didn't know that version, and they were just kind of, you know, used to the version that they knew. And it takes a minute to get if you're not familiar with that one. I just like it. That's how I do it. So there. And you're at my house. So there it is. Thanks for giving it a try. And that is Beth in Rhode Island, picking a Zager guitar. Cool. I've not heard of that. Wes is in Monterey, California, jamming along on the old Git fiddle. There's Terry Weller Godwin. Hello, Terry in Carolina, picking the mandolin. And Missy 2J is joining with your guitar in Vancouver, Washington. Okay, very cool. Thanks, everybody. And let's see. I'm going to move along here. A lot of stuff happening, but I'm not going to talk about it. You can, anyway. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening out there. But in music land, I got music camps, I got river trips, got a handful of gigs. It's all at my website, tylergrant.com. Really pushing Flat Picking Academy. As always, the community is growing. I got some video exchanges that I was trying to get to today. I'm going to have to do them tonight after the fast set because I leave tomorrow morning for Jensen, Utah, for a drift dinosaur. Got to get ready, get rigged up, and take a river trip, which I am really excited to do. Been in this house now since November. I used to have a very simple life, living in a camper, running rivers, staying with people sometimes and doing gigs. And now I have a home and lots of things to maintain and home improvements and all the things that come with that, and been really, really reintegrating myself into the music scene. That has been my mission these last couple years. Went off on the river and had my finger on the pause button for as long as I possibly could after the great pause of 2020. Not that I was out of the music scene, I was out gigging and doing the things I do, teaching at the camps, but I was really focused on the river trips because I loved that. It was a new thing for me. And I'm still doing that quite a bit in the summer and in the fall. But I've been really trying to re-enter that music community. So I feel like I went from the pause button to the fast forward button. That's how it's felt lately. And, I see these people across the street sitting out on the driveway. I'm like, God, I would love to just sit out. But I never have time. But I'm sitting here with you, and this is fun. And there's Dan Roberts in Leucadia, California. Yeah. Picking on your Adirondack D28. Okay. And next on the list, we've got good old Road to Columbus. Road to Columbus from Bill Monroe and Kenny Baker. We'll be right there at that tempo. I need to get myself capoed up. I could have done that while I was rambling. Sorry about that. What else is there to talk about? I eat plant-based. I've been doing that for about a year and a half. Feels good. For lots of reasons. Health-wise is the primary reason. But also sequestering carbon by not eating meat. Eating things that don't burn up as much fuel or food. And I don't have to eat the animals anymore. I mean, I'll eat meat from time to time if it's there. If I'm coming over to your house and that's what you made, I'm not going to deny it. But I eat all plant-based at home. And of course, out on the river trips with a drift, we always cater to the vegetarians and vegans. Another thing about eating plant-based, whole foods, is that we avoid sugars that aren't in the foods already. And we avoid like heavy amounts of salt, processed foods, etc. So if you bring me a cookie and say it's vegan, it's not really, because it's got sugar added to it. Anyway, if you're thinking about getting real healthy, I would highly recommend that. There's a movie called Forks Over Knives that tells the story very well. Okay. Anyway, I was just looking for something to talk about while I got in tune. And here we go, Road to Columbus. It's just a 1-4-1-5 the whole way. 1 and a 1, 4 and 4, 1 and a 1 and a 1, a 1 and 5, and a 1 and a 1 and a 4 and 4, 5 and 5. And there's an A part, that's the A part, and there's a B part, same chord changes. And I kind of like to imitate the Kenny Baker kickoff, which is the same amount of time as a regular count off. It's 2 measures, same as 8 taters. But instead of doing taters, it does this. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So that's how I'm going to kick it off. And we'll go 3 times through. I'll kick it and I'll go me, you, me, you, me, you. And then give us a tag at the end. Okay, here we go. Key of A, Road to Columbus, I'm kicking off. I was trying to get a little ricey and bluesy on there, but I do like to hit the melody the first time through. I heard Mike Compton say once, when talking about people playing a lot of licks and playing a lot of stuff, he's like, well, the song already has a melody, right? So get the melody down, and then you can take off from it. Okay, Wings of Angels. This is a cool Stanley Brothers song that I tried once, and I decided this would be a good night to try it again. Let's see if I have... I thought I had a lyric sheet. Huh. I sure thought I did. Golly, okay. I'm gonna have to pull it up on the old... Yeah, it's probably on the back of one of those that I threw away. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull this up on my Word. Let's see. Where is it? Wings of Angels. It only has 2 verses, so shouldn't have to glance askance too much. All right. So, key of A. This one, the verse goes 1 and 4 and 1, 1 and 1 and a 5, 1 and a 4 and 1, 1 and 5 and a 1. Chorus. 4 4 1, 1 1 and a 5, 4 4 and 1. On a 5 5 and a 1. Okay, so the chorus one more time. 4 4 and 1, 1 1 and a 5, 4 4 and 1, 5 5 and 1. Okay, that's it. This is one of those that the chorus, their blend on the trio is so tight that I'm still not exactly sure that I'm singing the proper lead part. But what I've interpreted it as is, someday he'll wake me from the dead, no more to sleep there all alone, but carried up to him on high, on the wings of angels heading home. That's kind of how I'm hearing it. Which means that, because Ralph Stanley is singing the tenor part, which is very clear, Carter's singing lead, and George Shuffler, or I'm not sure who's singing the baritone, but they're definitely doing some skipping over the lead, because it's just this constant, thick, closed-voiced trio. So hopefully I've got it right. Anyway, so you're going to kick it off on the verse, and then when we start the song, so you're going to kick it off and we're going to go straight to a chorus after you kick off. Okay? And then when we do breaks, we'll play over the verse and the chorus forms. So my kickoff might go 1 2 3. A little cleaner than that, if you can. All right, here we go. The Wings of Angels. And you are going to kick us off on that verse form in the key of A. Here we go. And remember, we're going straight to a chorus after you kick off. 1 2 1 2 3. Someday he'll wake me from the dead, no more to sleep there there all alone, but carried up to him on high, on the wings of angels heading home. A child was born to be our Savior. Wise men came from near and far to see little Jesus in the manger, the pathway lighted by the stars. Someday he'll wake me from the dead, no more to sleep there all alone, but carried up to him on high, on the wings of angels heading home. Play. I've got it now. They crucified our Lord and Savior. He humbly died there on the cross, that we might someday rise and join him, our souls be saved and not be lost. Someday he'll wake me from the dead, no more to sleep there all alone, but carried up to him on high, on the wings of angels heading home. I got it. Take it to the floor. A child was born to be our Savior. Wise men came from near and far to see little Jesus in the manger, the pathway lighted by the stars. Last chorus. Someday he'll wake me from the dead, no more to sleep there all alone, but carried up to him on high, on the wings of angels heading home. It's just sweet. It's just a sweet song. And it's just so funny, that whole wake me from the dead thing. I mean, I don't mean it's funny like poking fun at the religion. You know, that's something that people truly believe, and I respect that. It's just a funny, it's just an interesting thought to me, to be woken from the dead and carried up on the wings of angels. I think that in Christian religion, that's like what is supposed to happen when you die. Anyway, enough about that. Let's move on. We've got, I think just, two more songs, and they're both in the key of B. All right. Sorry, I got so much papers tonight. There was a handful of these songs tonight that I just don't have memorized. And you know me, I like to memorize songs. I wouldn't do this at a jam. I wouldn't be carrying papers around, you know. Because I know plenty of songs. And that's the thing. Like, know your song. Don't be sitting there with your iPad at the jam. I don't use iPads on stage either. It's just a source of pride for me. I like to just know the dang thing, you know? Sometimes I'll have a little cheat sheet on the floor that'll just have reminders of like the order of the verses or a couple cues to make sure I have the whole thing in order, but you know, I don't like reading the songs when I'm performing. But here at the Play Along Jam, I'm just trying to expand our repertoire, so I give myself that license to look at a lyric every now and then. Dan Roberts is hanging on. All right. Tim is checking in from Cleveland. And let's keep rolling here. Oh, Tim, I'm going to get back on your video. Hey, you sent a video on the Artist Works. I'll get that to you by tomorrow. It's really my only chance to do it either tonight or early tomorrow morning. So if you hear my voice sounding like it does now, you'll know it was tonight. If you hear it sounding really low and then you'll know it's tomorrow morning. All right. Tired. I'm tired, people. I've been real busy. Been real dang busy. Okay, Out on the Ocean. That's what we're doing. Written by Pete Kuykendall and sung by Red Allen. So old Red might know this song and can play it automatically. Okay. Key of B. It goes like this. Out on the Ocean. 1 and a 1 and a 4 back to 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 7, 5 and a 1. Okay. So my kickoff might go 1, 2, 3. Cool melody, cool chords, right? See if I get the words right. This is solo when Red Allen sings it, but I've heard it done as a duet also on the Hot Rise 40th anniversary album they recorded live at the Boulder Theater. They have Sam Bush as a special guest, and Sam sings lead, and Tim sings tenor throughout the song, and it's so cool. And I've done this before with people who know the song. Okay, Out on the Ocean, you're going to kick it off in the key of B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I am sailing out on the ocean, many a mile from home on sea, and I wonder, little darling, if you ever think of me. I am just an old true lover, roaming through this world alone, and I have no one to love me in this life. I'll always been traveling far away, dear, many a mile from this old place, but I never will forget you, your sweet smiles and happy face, me than you. I can hear my mother calling, I can see my father pray. If I'd listened to my father, I would be at home today. Woo! Well, I felt good singing that. For some reason, that song's a bit of a challenge for me to sing. And I felt great singing it, but I reversed the order of two of the verses. The third and fourth verses I got backward. So if you were duetting with me, I apologize. Hopefully you followed. All right. Last song of the mid-tempo set, Blue Night. I don't think I've ever done this on the play along. I avoid this one because it's a bit of a high vocal in the key of B, but we'll give it a go. And I'm leaning on the Hot Rise version. You know, Bill Monroe did this, and it sort of evolved a little bit over the years. And I like Tim O'Brien. I like the Hot Rise version the best. So that's the one I'm sort of leaning on. And I've played this song 1,000 times when I was touring with Drew Emmett, because he would play this almost every show. It was an opener, so I'm very familiar, but I've got a cheat sheet just to make sure I've got all the verses in the order that they're supposed to go, and the first half and the second half of the verse, you know, they're all different. Anyway, Blue Night goes like this. And one, and a one and four, one and four, and one and one and five, and a one. That kind of kickoff. And again, Tim's kickoff on the mandolin is really cool. Especially on that live, the Hot Rise live, it's called, oh my gosh, So Long of a Journey. That live album, when Charles Sattel was still alive, reference that kickoff if you want to really get into it, especially if you play mandolin. Okay, here we go. You're going to kick us off on Blue Night in the key of B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You met someone that was new, you quit someone that you knew was true. Blue night got you on my mind. Where we Man, almost. Now, I sing in that range often when I'm doing these Grateful Dead covers, but for some reason when I'm singing in a mic and standing and like belting, it's a little easier. Like that's the note on Long Distance Runner, you know, when I'm singing Fire in the Mountain, or, you know, or so I was walking around Grosvenor Square. So I'm in that range, but bluegrass singing is like a pure, I don't know. Maybe it's just psychosomatic. Maybe I just freak myself out about it. But anyway, that felt all right. I'm a little raspy. I'm a little tired, but Blue Night. There we go. I think that's the debut of that one here on the Playalong Jams. Okay, thanks everybody. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the donations as always. Take a look at my website for upcoming events, and I'm going to sign off, and we'll be back for the fast tempo jam at 1/4 the next hour, 25 minutes from now. Take a break, get yourself warmed up for the fast tempo.